In November 1922, archaeologist Howard Carter unearthed a hidden entrance buried deep beneath the sands of the Valley of the Kings. He had discovered the tomb of King Tutankhamun, a site overflowing with golden chariots, ornate statues, and the pharaoh's shimmering death mask. But as the world celebrated, a dark story began to take hold. Tales spread of a cobra swallowing Carter's pet canary on the day the door opened, followed by reports of mysterious, sudden blackouts plunging Cairo into darkness. These omens pointed toward a pharaoh's curse, yet the physical evidence was completely absent. In reality, there was no warning or curse inscribed anywhere on the walls of the tomb. If the ancient Egyptians never wrote a curse, we must look elsewhere to find who actually manufactured history's most enduring myth. The answer lies with the dig's financier, Lord Carnarvon. To offset the massive costs of the multi-year search, Carnarvon sold exclusive reporting rights to the Times of London. This business deal created a global news vacuum. Every other newspaper was suddenly locked out of the biggest archaeological story of the century. Rival outlets needed a way to compete without access to the facts. To keep readers buying papers, they began replacing actual reporting with sensational headlines about supernatural retribution. These journalists weaponized local superstitions and minor coincidences, like the canary incident, recasting Howard Carter's dig as a dangerous intrusion into the spirit world. The curse grew from the financial desperation of 1920s newsrooms trying to survive a news embargo. This media narrative seemed to gain credibility when Lord Carnarvon died suddenly in April 1923, only 5 months after the tomb was opened. Medical records tell a different story. Carnarvon died from blood poisoning caused by a shaving cut over an infected mosquito bite, a condition exacerbated by his long history of poor health. Other victims were linked to the curse with even less evidence. Financier George J. Gould died of pneumonia, while Prince Ali Kamel Fahmy Bey was shot by his own wife, which is hardly a case of magical intervention. Scientists suggest if real danger existed inside the tomb, it was biological. This cross-section shows an airtight space trapping environmental hazards. Over time, accumulating mold spores could cause severe lung infections in weakened immune systems. Researchers also found radioactive radon gas trapped within the granite. However, the man most responsible for disturbing the mummy provides the strongest counter-evidence. Howard Carter lived another 17 years after the discovery, dying of natural causes at age 64. Weaponizing these biological realities and unrelated tragedies, the press successfully maintained a profitable illusion for decades. In the century since the discovery, historians have thoroughly debunked the Curse of Tutankhamun as a work of fiction. The strategy used by rival papers in the 1920s remains familiar today. This entire saga was an early version of clickbait, where editors prioritized a thrilling story over verifiable facts. The myth survives because mystery is more compelling than dry historical reality. It adds a layer of excitement to an already monumental find, making the story feel larger than life. By turning coincidences into a global sensation, the 1920s press created a story that outlasted the news cycle and effectively rewrote the public's memory of the discovery.